The wolf or the gray wolf is a large mammal belonging to the Canis genus and found in Eurasia and North America. Canis means dog in Latin, while lupus means wolf. Swedish botanist and zoologist Carl Linnaeus published the binomial nomenclature in his work Systema Naturae in 1758 and listed carnivores resembling dogs under this genus. He classified the domestic dog as Canis familiaris and the wolf as Canis lupus. Linnaeus believed that the upward curling tail seen in domestic dogs was not present in other dog-like species, including wolves, hence classifying them as a separate species. There are more than 30 recognized subspecies of Canis lupus, and when referring to them as gray wolves in daily conversation, it generally refers to the wild, non-domesticated subspecies. On average, wolves weigh 40 kilograms for males and 37 kilograms for females, making them the largest members of the Canidae family. They range in height from 105 to 106 centimeters, with a shoulder height of 80 to 85 centimeters. The ears of wolves are less pointed, while their tails, snouts, and muzzles are longer. Their shorter, stockier bodies also differentiate them from other members of the Canis genus, but they can still interbreed and produce viable hybrids with smaller Canis species. The coats of wolves typically have stripes of white, brown, gray, and black, though Arctic subspecies can be almost entirely white. Among the species of canids, wolves are the most specialized for hunting in packs, with physical adaptations to cope with large prey, a more social nature, and highly developed expressive behaviors. They travel in a core family group consisting of a breeding pair and their offspring. When the young reach sexual maturity and compete for food within the pack, they may leave to form their own packs. Wolf fights over territory are a major cause of death among territorial animals. Essentially carnivorous, wolves feed on large, hoofed mammals as well as smaller animals, livestock, carrion, and garbage. The success rate of solitary or paired wolves in hunting is generally higher than that of wolves hunting in large packs. It is estimated that the global wolf population was between 200,000 and 250,000 in 2018, and it is considered a species of least concern by the World Nature and Natural Resources Conservation Union. Despite being hated and hunted by many communities who engage in livestock farming due to their attacks on farm animals, wolves have a history of interaction with humans and are sometimes respected by farming or hunter-gatherer communities. While fear of wolves is common among human communities, the majority of documented wolf attacks on humans have been carried out by wolves infected with rabies. Due to their relatively small numbers, their tendency to live far away from humans, and their acquired fear of humans through experiences with hunters and shepherds, wolf attacks on humans are very rare. Differences between dogs and wolves. In general, it is possible to distinguish between wolves and dogs, but sometimes it may be very difficult to determine whether a species is a wolf or a dog. Wolves usually hold their tails horizontally or slightly upright, whereas dogs' tails are usually upright or curled. Skulls are particularly different. Eye height, inner ear, jaw, and incisors are different between wolves and dogs. Wolves breed once per year, whereas dogs usually have 2 litters. It can be determined whether a footprint belongs to a wolf or a dog by the number of prints left behind. Wolves tread on the point where their back and front paws meet. Domestication. Documents show that 14,000 years ago, the first dogs evolved through wolves approaching human waste and humans wanting to benefit from the wolf's abilities. However, molecular genetic research today has determined that domestic dogs actually diverged from wolves much earlier, around 100,000 years ago. Although it is rare, dogs and wolves can still mate and produce viable offspring. Behaviors, social life. Although solitary wolves are occasionally encountered, they generally live as part of a pack. A wolf pack is a family consisting of a mother, father, and their pups. Wolves can breed at the age of 2, later than domestic dogs, so they stay with their families until they are 2 years old. The previous year's pups help their parents by caring for their younger siblings. Parents are always harsh with their offspring, so hierarchy is clear within the pack, and no one dares to challenge the authority. It has never been observed that 2 related wolves mate, incest. Wolves never mate for life unless they cannot find a mate. The structure of a wolf pack is described in some old books as follows. The head of the pack is the alpha pair, and no other member of the pack can mate and have pups. Each member of the pack has a different status within it. There is a black sheep at the very bottom, and everyone bullies them. Occasionally, one of the wolves rebels against the alpha pack and fights to increase their status. The information presented as a result of placing unrelated wolves together to observe them for scientific research does not reflect the realities of nature. Caged wolves are known to fight almost every day. Wolf pregnancies last approximately 60 days. They usually give birth to 3 to 6, minimum of 1, maximum of 14, pups. Wolves can be close friends with crows. Crows enjoy living with wolf packs, and wolf pups can play with crows. When a big predator, such as a brown bear, appears, crows alert the wolves, and they may sometimes share their prey with the birds. Mythology. Wolf has been reflected in mythology in various cultures around the world, sometimes admired, sometimes seen as a danger and hated. In European cultures, it is often portrayed as a dangerous and despised symbol of evil in fairy tales and legends. Some examples of this negative reflection include Fenrir, Skoll and Hati, and the werewolf legend in Scandinavian mythology. The fairy tale Little Red Riding Hood and some other fairy tales also include a wolf as a symbol of evil. On the other hand, in ancient Roman culture, the wolf was a sacred creature that nursed the founders of the city of Rome, Romulus and Remus. In Middle and North Asian cultures, as well as in cultures that have ancient connections with them, such as North American indigenous cultures, the wolf is seen as a revered and sacred animal. In Turkish, Iroquois, Aleut and Tlingit cultures, it is seen as a sacred ancestor and totem of the people. The Aleut people, who live in Alaska, believe that the spirits of their ancestors live inside wolves, and every year they hunt buffalo alongside wild wolf packs when the migrating buffalo herds arrive.